Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Justice for All. Previously, we defeated Ben Woodman and Trilo Quist in court, and now we are moving right on to the second witness, who I strongly suspect is Mo the Clown. And between the little court sessions here, Max pointed out that it must have been Russell Berry who stole his 3 iconic pieces of clothing. But the question is, why would he do that? So, yeah, that is a very good question I have no idea the answer to, so let's just get going here. Now that everyone is back, let's get started. The court is now back in session. Miss Von Karma, please proceed with the prosecution's case. Very well. I will now call my next witness. A pitiful clown with the unfortunate distinction of having seen the entire thing. Will Mr. Lawrence Curls please take the stand? Oh, that's his real name, huh? Lawrence Curls. Is that a reference to the Three Stooges? It was, I know Curly's one and Mo. Yeah, Mo, Curly, and... Oh, who was the third Stooge? Mo, Curly, and... Damn, I forget. Oh, that's gonna bother me. Shit. Why didn't you just call him a pitiful clown? The witness will state his name and occupation for the court record. Alright, it's been a while since I did his voice. I hope I remember how to. Did he just start singing the theme of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? You saw that, right? West Clownadelphia. We just started and I'm not... We just started and I'm already done. Name and occupation. Will the witness please inform the court why he is speaking autobiographical gibberish? I'm sorry. I'm just not used to being in court. I've never been in a courtroom in my life. I wasn't quite sure what joke is best suited to this sort of occasion. What in the world are you talking about? You're in a grand hall of justice, not some comedy club. Since it's easy to see your occupation, please state your name for the court. Oh yeah, maybe this joke is okay. Mom, do I have to wear pants? The sign only says no shirt, no shoes, no service. Someone in the comments of a previous video said that my interpretation of Mo's laugh sounded like the laugh of Pennywise the Clown from the original It movie. And that's kind of what I was going for, so good on you. Ooh, tough crowd. Okay. How about this? Have you met my proctologist, Dr. Seymour Butts? How was that one? But a couple of Oh, he kept on with the song. Your name... Lawrence Curls, professional funny man, also known as Mo the Clown. You witnessed the scene at around 10:15 the day of the murder, correct? Yes it is. Very well. Mr. Curls, will you please testify to what you saw that evening? A rabbi, a priest, and a Rastafarian walked into a bar. Without the humor, please. Okay. Aw, poor Mo can't be his normal stoogey self in court. Yeah, a real shame that. Yeah, moving on. I know. I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. I haven't been able to make people laugh for 10 years. No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and polite applause. Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken to laughing at them myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. Wait just a second. This isn't a testimony about the defendant at all. He's talking about himself. Imagine my predicament. I'm a clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless. But I keep trying. I even tried to come up with jokes just for today. But this atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try making everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone. What do you think of me? How am I doing? Aren't we the ones supposed to be asking the questions here? Witness? Huh? We will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. Thus, please stick to the facts of this case. Really? You'll really hear me out? Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be your straight man later. Thank you. I can't wait. Poor Gumshoe. Oh no. Now that that's settled, shall we begin once again with the testimony? Of course we can. I'll talk for as long as you want. Alright. What you witnessed. The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. That's very interesting. So, hold on. So, if the ringmaster Russell stole the clothes and wore them out, that would have confused Ben, sure, but when he got to the scene, he must have handed them over to someone else, and they wore them, and they clunked him over the head? Almost like he was trying to replicate the fight at the breakfast that morning. And maybe it was an accident and it turned wrong, but who was the other person? Like, if this testimony is believed, then it couldn't have been Ben and Trillo, it couldn't have been Mo, then it could only have been either Regina or... it could have only been Regina or Acro, and we haven't even met Acro yet. If this eyewitness account is to be believed, I have enough to pass judgment right now. Of course you can. There is no way that this account can be criticized. However, the witness is a bit, how do you say, off-kilter. Almost like he has some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him. Aha! That must be because of my insincere smile. Mr. Wright, please begin the defense's cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, we've got to find some kind of contradiction in this testimony. I know that. Mr. Wright? Your Honor? I'm afraid that if you push this witness too far, it would bring disaster upon the court. Thus, I sincerely hope you are not going to engage in pointless saber rattling. I understand, Your Honor. If you cause this clown to stray from the facts, I'll hold you responsible. Why am I responsible? I'm not the one with the corny jokes. Wait, so if I press the wrong things, will I get penalized? My health bar showed up. Wait, no, it always does that, in case I contradict something with evidence. Okay, just in case I'm gonna be selective about what I press, because there was one precise moment in the first game where you got health damage if you pressed the wrong things, but that kinda sounds like what they're doing here now? You have no idea how tired I was after that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. Okay, I think I want to press this one, because that's the most important thing in this entire line of questioning, but... Hold up. The silhouettes were a bit far away, though. That is so close to his bedroom window there. You can see the wall of it right there. What's up with that? Interesting. Well, okay, let's press this. You'd say you clearly saw this, even though you were, by your own admission, far away. That's right. I had been thinking about it over and over since that night. But things didn't really make sense until I spoke with the prosecutor, Miss Von Karma. But now, I am 100% certain that it was Max and the ringmaster that I saw that night. Just think about it. How could I be wrong if Max is always wearing his uppity symbols? Uppity symbols? Oh, come on, Phoenix! Lawyers nowadays. Do you even have to go to school anymore to be one? Alright, everyone knows what to do all together now. Say it with Uncle Mo. See what I mean? It's always like this. The crowd never wants to go along with me. I must really be utterly and completely worthless as a clown. Yowza! Enough foolishness. Get back on track. Will the witness please testify as to what he saw, and only what he saw? Hold on. I want to press the two silhouettes that were far away. Far away, you say? If you had to say exactly how far away were they? Let me think about that for a second. If my room is here, and they looked about yay big, I'd say they were about 30 feet from my window. That is far, far away. Just 30 feet? That's not far at all. It was snowing that night, and it cut down on visibility. I see. Please continue with your testimony regarding the two shadows that you saw. Okay, I think I actually won't be penalized at all here for saying the wrong thing, so let's press everything. Nah, these are inconsequential, so... Okay, I kept watching them and, all of a sudden, Max clunked the ringmaster over the head. You say you saw the ringmaster get clunked over the head? Yes, I did. It's the climax of my story. He really does enjoy the completely random non sequitur. What would you say the victim was struck with? You mean the weapon? I have no idea. A weapon wasn't found at the murder scene, right? That's not what I meant. You did say you did see everything, didn't you? Well, yeah, I suppose I did. Wait, no, I didn't. I didn't see a weapon. Mo, did you or did you not see the crime of a murder committed that night?
Objection!
I will not permit you to harass my witness in this manner. You'd better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown. Because if you don't, you know what is waiting for you. A nice penalty. Woo! Gulp? Isn't this a bit melodramatic? So what will it be then, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have any clear basis to believe that my witness did not see the crime? Oh boy. Okay, hold up. Hold up. Okay. Maybe we could say he didn't do it because he didn't notice the wooden box that was on the scene. This is too dangerous. I'm gonna back out for now. Well, see, right now I don't have a clear basis to be thinking that. Then this is just another one of your pointless efforts to badger my witness. Wait, what? Now, wait a second, Miss Von Karma. Oh, God! This time, I do not feel the need to treat Mr. Wright so harshly. Wait, you usually feel the need to treat me harshly? What? That's right, what he said. Bailed out by the judge. What an honor indeed. Oh, he's gonna penalize me just a teeny little bit. Huh? You know the rules, Mr. Wright. There's no room for baseless hounding in this courtroom. Oh, God. Guess he didn't really bail me out after all. Okay. You know, Mo's testimony and what he told us yesterday are kind of different. Oh, God. Oh, no. I haven't played in, like, a week and a half. No! Yeah, I noticed. Just got to pinpoint what's changed. I can do it, Nick. Huh.
Hold it!
You'd say that practice wrapped up around 10 p.m., correct? See, that's the thing. Huh? How exactly am I supposed to make a joke about 10 p.m.? Now, 8 o'clock, that's something the clown can riff off of. Let's just pretend it was 8 o'clock. That way I can make a great joke. Let's not make it 8 p.m., alright, Mo? What do you mean, let's not? Don't take the clown out of the clowning around. Come on, Nick, just listen to his joke. There are 3 reasons why I don't want to. 1, I probably won't laugh. 2, I'll get hit with a penalty. 3, I'll get whipped. Will the witness just proceed with his factual testimony? You are so boring. How tired I was that night, I was pooped. Yes, why were you? You were pooped that night. Yes, I was very tired. Not to mention I had some bad Mexican food. What? The double cheese, double bean enchilada is a dangerous menu item. What happened after that, as I say, happens. It's funny 'cause diarrhea. That one was cool, huh? I hear the kids really love toilet humor these days. That joke was so hip I don't want to ruin it with a reply. I've got a good reply, though. That joke was so funny it just earned you a penalty. Oh, come on! No!
Hold it!
You just happened to glance out the window. You could say that. You could say I also peeked, stared, glimpsed, peeped, eyeballed. Mr. Curls. Oh, I guess synonyms aren't allowed either. What should I do? I should press him further on this issue. Yeah, keep pressing. This is like our one avenue left. Exactly why did you look out of your window that night? Why? Why? Clowns don't need a reason to look out the windows, do they? That's not what I meant. I meant that, well, when we spoke yesterday, once I had tucked myself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like a giant thump. Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. You forgot? Your Honor, the witness looked out of his window upon hearing a loud sound. He did not just simply glance out of his window that night. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention that thump, didn't I? Ow, ow, ow! That's not something you just forget to mention. Yeah, what she said. I believe it would be best if Mo were to revise his testimony. Very well. Mr. Curls, please revise your testimony. I should start turning the tables in our favor. I heard a huge noise outside the window. That's why it made me take a look outside. Okay. Okay, maybe that was the sound of the trunk being set down. What was the sound like? Well, I guess it kind of sounded like, I guess you could say, Mr. Curls, may the court remind you that humor is unnecessary. Oh, how do you know that I was gonna make a joke? Aha, 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 aha. I guess that the sound sounded like, I suppose it sounded like someone getting hit with something very hard. Yep, that's what it sounded like, honestly. Someone getting hit, huh? What then? You went to look out the window and you saw... Oh. Okay, now can I prove that Mo didn't see it? Because it sounds like he only heard the murder happen and didn't see it, so let's try and do that now. Okay. I forget which line of dialogue led to it. You say you saw the ringmaster get clonked over the head. Yes, I did. It's the climax of the story. Okay. Did you or did you not see the crime of murder committed that night? Yes. I think I have proof that he didn't, by his own admission. Okay, let's do this. Of course I do. I've got a great reason to make my claim. And I suppose you'll be telling us all that great reason? Of course I will. The reason is the witness's very own testimony. Oh, thank God, I think I did it. What is the meaning of that, Mr. Wright? Mo said that he heard a sound like a thump of someone getting hit. He did say that. However, Mo just stated that the following under oath. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. If Mo is to be believed when he says he looked out the window upon hearing a sound, there's no way that he could have seen Max clonk anyone. I didn't catch what he said there. Mr. Curls, how do you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment? They didn't commit. These clowns promptly escaped from a maximum security clown car. Mr. Curls, are you reciting the C-Team theme to anger this court? No. I'm just stalling for time while I jog my memory. Great job, Nick. These types of witnesses always seem to have a selective memory. You just have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup to find the truth. Well, you're back from your jog? Oh, that's a good line. Ha. Well, it pretty much happened the way I said. Pretty much? When I looked at my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. Face down in the snow? No. He was keeled over the box. The prosecution helped me fill in the gaps of my statement. Von Karma. Tampering with witnesses again. So, now you are saying that you did not see the defendant clonk the ringmaster? Yes. When I looked out my window, the ringmaster had already checked out. Checked out? Yep. He was on permanent vacation, as they say. Aha. Mr. Curls! Your Honor? You did not witness the actual crime. However, you still say you saw the criminal, correct? Yes, exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over and I saw someone's silhouette next to him. Very well. Then please testify to the silhouette you saw. I expect the truth. And if I even catch a hint of a joke from you, I'll put you in a holding cell until you learn court etiquette. Got it? Got it. Okay, the silhouette. It was a bit far away, but that shadow could only have belonged to Max. There is no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. Huh. But not the white roses. The white roses aren't there. Actually, it looks like it's facing towards the body. At first I thought it was facing towards this camera here, but no, I think that's sort of like an illusion. It's facing towards the body there, I think. His face was silhouetted, and there was no doubt that it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. It does seem as if the defendant was at the scene of the crime. It took the clown long enough to get his facts straight. But whatever. It should finally be good enough, yes? It is decisive testimony. Was Max really at the crime scene that night? He said he wasn't there. We have to believe in that. All right, Mr. Wright, commence your cross-examination. With pleasure, Your Honor. Okay, the silhouette. It was a bit far away, but that shadow could only have belonged to Max. Don't you think that you're going a little overboard with how explicit you're being? That shadow belonged to Max is an awfully firm statement, don't you think? What are you getting at? I'm just saying that one of your fellow performers' life is on the line here. Are you truly 100% absolutely certain that was a Max? I'm not the kind of person who would lie about something as serious as this. The silhouette I saw was Max. I'm convinced of that. Doesn't seem like he's jumping to any conclusions this time. Let's go over this again then. What makes you so sure that you saw Max that night? There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. Trillo said the same thing. But if it was just the symbols, then even I could have been wearing them. What if someone had just taken Max's symbols and worn them? I thought of that myself. But just looking at the shape of the face I saw, it must have been Max. You're sure of that? Such a silly little boy. He threw his entire case headlong into a trap. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. You're sure that is what you saw that night? Exactly what I said I saw this. Exactly what I said I saw is exactly what I saw. I've got eyes like a hawk. Don't birds have terrible night vision? But that's not all I saw. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt that it was him. You were able to see that kind of detail from your window. There was a light near the scene of the crime. Anyone with decent eyesight should have been able to see that much. No, the face would have been cast in complete shadow because of the... Oh yeah, you were saying silhouette, that's right. Out of curiosity, Mo, what is your eyesight like? I can see like a hawk out of my left eye and an eagle out of my right eye. Our records say that his eyesight is a perfect 20/20. That must mean he could have seen the crime scene clearly. The more we look into this matter, the more suspicious it becomes. Hey, you asked me what my eyesight was like, not what it actually was. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. So, you didn't actually see what the criminal was holding? That's correct. I've been curious to know what caused the loud noise. It must have been something incredibly hard. Too bad they haven't found the murder weapon to know for sure. They claim it was a blunt object. At least it says so in the autopsy report. With Trillo's testimony and now Mo's, it really seems like Max is the killer. Heck, we've got to find a contradiction in this. That's not going to be enough. What? I have to prove that Mo saw someone other than Max at night. That's the only thing that will help. I've got to do it. Okay, let's see here. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. Wait, black cloak? Was it always a black cloak? Hold on. Yeah, that is a silk hat though, but Now, I may not be the best at identifying colors, but I am not colorblind. That cloak is purple. Hello.
Objection!
You say you saw all of Max's uppity symbols. I suppose so. That silk hat and the cloak, right? Mo, everyone knows that Maximilian Galactica has 3 uppity symbols. 3 symbols. Yay, everyone get together now. Get ready, all together now. Silk, hat, cloak, white roses. What the? Who cares if he knew that there were 3 symbols or not? He saw what he saw, and he saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention one. Isn't that right, Mo? Do you like pie? I like pie. 3.14. Silence, fool! You are to respond with the whole truth, no fractions. Order. Order! Mo, you didn't see the roses, did you? To be honest, there weren't any roses on the person I saw.
Objection!
The crime scene was dark. It's obvious it was too dark to see that kind of detail.
Objection!
But the witness said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention that the roses are white. There's no way he could have missed them.
Objection!
Then the roses must have fallen off when the defendant assaulted the victim. If that was the case, then the police would have found them near the crime scene. Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material to the facts of this case? Clearly not. He's just toying with this court. Got her on the ropes now. These seemingly insignificant facts have never failed to lead me to the truth yet. Someone is toying with the court, but it's not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trillo's testimony? There's oh god, it's been a while.
There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. How can you mistake someone with a crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high? How can you mistake someone wearing such a snobby 3-piece getup?
Trillo saw them all. Trillo saw all 3 of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims there were no white roses on the person he saw. There is absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction. Now, what am I supposed to think? One is supposed to disregard the pointless, but this... Judge, forget the roses, think about this other testimony. The witness has stated without a doubt that he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap this case up now. Wow, she is desperate. Your Honor, it may be trivial, but it does cast doubt on the prosecution's case. Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. It seems that, unlike wine, the witness has not grown more mature with age. I'm not mature. I've come to a conclusion. I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable, which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony. What? If there are no contradictions in this next statement, I am prepared to issue a ruling. A ruling? Nick, this is your last chance. Yeah. Okay, here we go. The Silhouette Part 2. There's no doubt in my mind, there were no white roses that night. However, all of the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. Especially the silk hat. There's no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. Mr. Wright, you've got one last chance at this. Just one chance? Will not allow even the slightest hint of badgering against this witness. If you're going to prove to me there's a contradiction with Mr. Curl's statement, you'd better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations. I've only got a single shot at this. I've got to be careful. I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all I need. Okay, I think I already know what to do. The hat was left at the crime scene, but Mo kind of said that he wore it the entire time. Okay. What do you mean decorations plural? I could forget to seeing the decorations plural on it? What is that? Mo, be honest. Ow! Whoa! Okay, hold up. Whoa! Let's pretend I didn't just read that. Okay, no pressing whatsoever. Okay, especially the silk hat. He was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. It must have been knocked off at some point. I'm going with that.
Objection!
Oh, thank God, I did it! This wouldn't happen to be the silk hat you saw that night, would it? Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night. No question in your mind. Exactly how would one mistake a thing like that? I see. Is there some sort of problem, Mr. Wright? Miss Von Karma, where exactly was the silk hat found? Must you always ask these questions? It was found at the crime scene. The crime scene. That means the silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testified to the contrary. The witness stated that he was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. No! That's not true! Order! Mr. Curls! Yes, Your Honor? What is the meaning of all this? You are old enough to know better than to behave like this in court. Hey, that's just not right. That's so harsh. What's not right here is your eyesight and your memory, amongst other things. What? Why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Let me guess. You just didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go and insult my eyesight or my memory. They're both great. Seriously, why? Just because you were asking no matter how old I was be younger than you. Ah, sob. Enough of these childish I can't even words. Enough of these childish outbursts, Mr. Curls. Who do you think you are? I saw him. I swear, I saw him. It was Max. Even if he didn't have his roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. I'm telling you the truth. He's turned into a bratty little kid. It's pitiful, isn't it? He left the scene wearing the dumb silk hat. He was there. He left the scene? What's the matter, Nick? There's something I've been mulling over for a while now. Mo? What do you want? You just said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime? What? He went... What do you mean, how did he leave the scene? You can't ask me that.
Objection!
Mr. Phoenix Wright is badgering the witness, Your Honor.
Objection!
This witness's testimony is so full of holes, Miss Von Karma's protest is useless. Arg. You've got a point. Let's hear what the witness has to say on this matter. Is that alright with you, little guy? Don't talk to me like I'm a little baby. Besides, what kind of stupid question is, how did he leave the crime scene? The answer's obvious. He just turned around and walked away. That's what I expected you'd say. You sure that's how it happened? Say what? Huh? I'm not sure I know exactly where you're going with this. Lawyers nowadays sure do live to harp on the smallest things. Do I have any proof to counter his story as to how the criminal left the scene? Enter Chuck. There's only his pair of footprints there? Maybe? Oh boy. There's only one pair of footprints? Can I save? I want to save. I can't save. It's locking me in. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Okay. Okay.
Take that!
Look at this picture. Okay, the problem is the footprints in the snow. Footprints? In this photo, we can clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminal's footprints? They aren't there. Ay, 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 ay. So, Mo, exactly how did the criminal escape the scene? Your Honor, this witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all of this witness's testimony from the court record. I agree. This clown's testimony is as rickety as the clown car he came to court in. Wait just a second. You guys can't just ignore everything I've said. Fine, fine, I'll tell you the truth this time. You wait a second! I think you've said more than enough for today. That didn't hurt. I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyway. I'll give you the real deal this time, I swear. I don't know why, but I get the feeling things are gonna get worse before they get better. Mr. Lawrence Curls. Yes? The testimony you've provided up until now has been false? It hasn't been false. I haven't lied, it's just... It's just what? It's just I was a bit confused on the bit about the criminal leaving the scene. Especially since Von Karma and her whip told me not to talk about what I really saw. Order, order, I will have order. Franziska Von Karma, how could you? Don't be so smug. Your Honor, if you had heard the truth from this witness, you would have exactly the same opinion as I have. What opinion is that? It's not funny. That's enough out of you. I'm going to listen to what he has to say. Now then, let's hear the truth about what you say you saw, Mr. Curls. Ha! You're not gonna believe this, but it's all true, I tell you. Try not to waste our time with your idiotic drivel. The truth. Now it's time for our next segment, Mo Knows. Everything that I've said up until now has been the truth. When I looked out the window, The ringmaster was down and Max was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his right roses, but he was wearing the silk hat. That's when I saw... he. Gasp. This is the truth now. Get ready for it. He flew. He jumped up and flew through the air. He flew right off and disappeared into the darkness. That's why there's no footprints. Flying people don't leave footprints. I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now? Well, that was, how do you put this into words? Maximilian Galactica is a world-class magician. But to leave the scene of a crime by flying, there's no way that actually happened. You're right. Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses. Why won't you believe me? Especially since it's the best part of the story. To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. What do you think about this witness's testimony, Mr. Wright? He's gotta be telling the truth. I don't know how, but he's telling the truth. What he just said was so strange, I don't think he would have made it up. Which means that he is telling the truth? That's what I think. Nick, wait! It means that Max actually used magic. Yikes, you're right. Ow! Only a foolish-looking fool could be fooled by such a foolish fool's foolish dream. Don't be ridiculous. Magic does not exist. I suppose I will let you all in on my thinking regarding this matter. The criminal disappeared into the sky. I'd love to believe that. But I just can't wrap my head around how that could actually happen. You imbecile! If you disregard the need for proof, Miss Von Karma's case is sound. However, I've got the feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. Thus, I will conclude today's proceedings at this point. It's an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. Tomorrow, I want us to find out the reason behind this mystery of mysteries. I believe that's enough for today. Court is adjourned. Very interesting. Well, the building has 3 stories, right? Okay, well, this is gonna sound absurd, but maybe someone, like, dangled the cloak with string or fishing line and just made it appear that a cloaked figure was there from the rooftop. No, it's too far away from the wall. Yeah, it was like in the middle of that little square room area, so it was too far for anyone to lean over with, like, string or, like, a puppet. Oh, well, Hey, sweeties, what in the world is going on? That's what I want to know. They say the criminal flew off into the air and disappeared. Max, I can't believe I'm asking this, but you didn't fly that night, did you? I know you didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can't fly whenever I please, it's not that easy. But it looks so effortless for you on stage. It's not that simple. I'm not actually flying on stage. I use invisible wires and have them. Hoist me. Wasn't I just talking about this? Hello? Wow. You sure just told me your secret to magic. No! I broke the first rule. The cardinal rule. The only rule. I'm sorry, Max. It made you break a magician's creeds and never reveal the secret to their tricks. Nick, what do we do now? All we can do now is hope we find the flying criminal in the court tomorrow. Great idea. Let's do our best and catch this sucker. To be continued. Nice. December 29th, 3:30 p.m. Oh, so this is like 2 hours later. Nick? What is it? I've got a confession to make. I'm terrible at figuring out magic tricks. Magic tricks? Yep. Magic tricks are by their very definition tricks, right? But I can never figure out the tricks when I see them. That's because the tricks are performed by pros. They do it so you can't guess the tricks. But the trick Pearly showed me was incredible. Pearls did a magic trick? What kind of trick was it? Let's see. It looked like she pulled the end of her own thumb off. Oh, come on, Maya. First she put her right thumb next to her left hand, and then it just separated. She could move it up and down and everything. It was incredible. Really? Was it kind of like this? What? Wow. How'd you do that? Nick, you're like a real magician. See, this is why I just can't figure out magic. I'm no good at it. Especially hard tricks like flying away from the scene of a murder. Imagine reading that without context. You'll take all the fun out of magic if you keep trying to figure it out. Oh, it's a remix of this song. Cool. Nice. Well, okay then. Yeah, let's round out this video by talking to Maya. But first, how's Charlie doing? Charlie. Quite decorative plant. Nick, you've been watering the plant every day, right? I've been thinking about watering it too. Maya, we don't want to drown poor Charlie. But he'd get bigger. Does she want the office to look like a tropical rainforest or something? A poster of the newest member of the Steel Samurai universe. Steel Samurai Cinematic Universe! Yes! You know about the new Steel Samurai movie they are making, don't you, Nick? Yeah, heard that they're making a movie starring the new cast. It's already out! Critics say, time to commit harakiri if you missed this action epic. You don't say. You know, I bet the star will win the next year's Hero of Heroes Grand Prix. Alright already, I'll go see the movie. Yay, let's hurry and wrap this case up so we can go see it. Okay. What to do now? I don't see any way out of this. We're stuck between a rock and a hard place. There's no way we can solve this mystery of a criminal flying by tomorrow. I was thinking, do you really think the criminal flew through the air? The only one who thinks that is Mo, right? He says that he saw it. That's true. Mo looked awfully serious when he said that. Do you think he might be trying to frame Max? If that was it, he would have simply said, I saw Max. That would have been enough. There's no reason why anyone would believe he flew. But what if the criminal really did fly? There was only one person who could do that. Max. You're really not helping my confidence here, Maya. Everyone seems to hate Max. Ben? Trillo? Mo? They all have nothing nice to say. That magician does seem rather full of himself, doesn't he? Especially when he says things like customers only go to the circus to see him. He even hit Ben over the head with a bottle. But what? But that doesn't mean enough to frame another person for murder. And it was proven that neither Ben nor Mo lied on the stand. Maybe Ben saw the ringmaster wearing Max's costume, but Mo clearly said that he saw Max himself. Well. Maya, what do you think of these people? Tell me about yourself. Once you start channeling spirits, they say you lose sight of who you actually are. Huh. Do you really believe that? Not really, but just in case, I plan to write my autobiography. Your autobiography? If Mo says that he saw a flying criminal, that means it must have been... what's the matter with you? You know that people just can't up and fly? But Max, he is a magician. Without their bag of tricks, magicians are incapable of magic. Besides, what's the likelihood of someone setting up a flying device at the crime scene? Near zero. Oh, is that what you think, Phoenix? What if they set something up so they could trick Mo? Maybe. But I get the feeling that would have been pointless. Being a ventriloquist sounds like an interesting job. I bet it's fun once you get good at it. Maybe I should give it a try then. Here I go.
Hello, everyone. I'm Phoenix Wright. No matter what the lie or who the liar, I'll expose them for what they are.
What's the verdict? You might want to practice not moving your lips so much. Yeah. Maybe I should sign up for some expert training. Don't you have another type of training to attend to, young lady? No matter what the crime, we always meet the same detective at the scene. I bet that's because they're the only detectives on the force. That would make Gumshoe really elite, wouldn't it? Something tells me that no matter how you look at it, he's anything but elite. You know, if she wasn't so mean, I think she and I would get along. Yeah, but that's the problem. She is so mean. And that whip, that thing hurts. It really hurts. It is kinda cool though. I wouldn't mind having a whip myself. I bet that cracking the whip on you once or twice would just be just what the doctor ordered. Why me? What did I do? Regina is so cute. I have to admit that her smile does have sort of a hypnotic power. Can you believe that she's an animal tamer? That's so cool. I'd like to try animal taming someday. Nick, lie down, roll over. Once this case is solved, I'll roll over for you as many times as you want. Yay! Remember, you promised, Nick. Everyone loved the ringmaster. So I'm told. Why would anyone want to kill such a beloved man of the big top? We still don't know what motivated the crime. It'd be good to have some inkling of the motive before court tomorrow. Mo is a really nice guy, don't you think, Nick? He taught us all about the inner workings of the circus. Yep. Definitely made me look at things in a new light. And he's got such a great sense of humor. It tickles your funny bone, doesn't it? Well, I can't argue that some people might find it funny. But the only thing that tickles on me is my desire for high-quality earplugs. Okay, well, we barely wriggled our way through the first day of court there. We took a severe hit when I kind of misconstrued the urgency of the final sequence, but yeah, very curious. Moe's testimony that the figure he thought was Max flew through the air upwards, that puts a wrench into things, but you never know, man. Maybe there is water to my theory that someone orchestrated the fake flying. Maybe it wasn't anyone in the cloak. It was just the cloak and hat suspended by the invisible wire, and it was lifted up from the rooftop. I'm gonna have to go with that, but that wouldn't explain... Oh. Yeah, maybe it would explain, the murder weapon. Maybe the rooftop assailant, threw down the murder weapon on Russell's head. Like a heavy object thrown from that height would certainly kill the person, and if it was hardened snow or ice, then it would melt. It would be the perfect crime. But at that point, the only reason they would try to frame Max would be for the sake of it, to frame Max. If they just did it by their own, without trying to frame Max, it would be a perfect crime. That would be undetectable and unprovable. But because of the trying to frame Max thing for whatever reason, then that would mean I would be able to solve this case. So whoever it was, had an agenda against Max. Okay then. Interesting. Well, I suppose we'll get into the meat of the investigation tomorrow, so for now, I've been Zephyr the Jester. This has been Phoenix Wright Justice for All. I thank you for watching, and hopefully you will catch me next time. So until then, please take care.